is Commanding Nations?
Commanding Nations is basically a 20-year-old dream. We had Command and Conquer Generals, we had Command and Conquer Generals through our, and eventually, as a huge fan of those games, 20 years later, we found out that there really wouldn't be a sequel. So we decided to make Commanding Nations. So it's ode or maybe a homage to games in the CNC universe, but at the same time, it's a base building RTS that really wants to innovate in key areas without reinventing the wheel.
So could you tell me what's its full goal? What's its full scope?
Yeah. So just to give everyone an idea, we are heading to early access. So we have the core gameplay. So you have base building, you can attack units, you can basically do 1 versus 1 matches or versus skirmish. But the eventual goal of Commanding Nations is to create a RTS game that feels like a gaming as a service product, but doesn't have to be. We want to create one community where we constantly add different commanders, where we expand the game, make it grow, and where we don't split up the user base by having DLCs. So our goal is to constantly keep fitting into the game and creating this universe where there is lore, where there is a backstory, where you can play online ranked matches, have single player campaigns. But that's going to take a while. So our end goal is basically to have a game that brings in the old generation, so people like me. That's why I'm going to call your name too. So we are basically old, but also the new people who are currently right now playing games such as League of Legends, for example, and who actually never really had the experience of how fun an RTS game is.
Welcome back, Commanders. Now, many of you probably like me, and you're always on the lookout for Command and Conquer Generals or 0 Hour RTS strategy that basically follows the exact same principles as Generals did. Generals, obviously, one of the best RTS strategy games ever, still played today, still very admired and loved. And I've just stumbled across a possibility or a possible game that is trying to follow in that light on that traditional RTS build style and play style. And it's called Commanding Nations. And it looks like a really interesting development, slash call it a project at the moment. Still in very early stages. You can access it via Steam, via early access. It's quite cheap. It's like about $20 in Australian dollars. Be even cheaper for Americans. So, a few cups of coffees, no dramas there. I think it's really important to definitely support projects like this and to support developers that are actually trying to make games that we want. So it's and even look at that. So it's got Welcome Back Commanders. Now that's definitely a Command and Conquer Generals line. So that's awesome. It's sweet to see that. And it has 3 factions. So at the moment, it's mainly it's called the Hong Corp, which is the most developed faction. That's the one we're going to be playing through today as I sort of showcase you my first sort of experiences with this game, and then we'll might be able to have a look at, I think there's another faction that's been developed which is the Scav, and I don't think Raven's in development just yet, or it might be in development, but yeah, so we have that classic 3 factions, which is cool, all having unique traits and some unique features, which is really nice to see. And yeah, so we're looking at base building. So we should be able to build without zones, which is really cool. I really do prefer games, strategy games, where you're not limited by restrictions and where you build. Really opens up the possibilities for strategies. Your resource collecting, so that's your normal, you have your supply center sort of thing, just if you were to compare it to Generals. And yeah, so they're obviously taking a lot of feedback in, and it's a very community-based sort of build of this game, which is really cool to see. And the upgrades to superpowers, I think that's still being developed, and not too sure about how that will work. So, and yeah, so the game's being developed by 7 Volts. I don't know too much about them. I couldn't find too much information, but obviously just a small game developer is my understanding. But at least they're trying to give us what we want, which is, basically a remake of Command and Conquer Generals and 0 Hour in any shape or form. And we have a quick look at their website. Definitely suggest checking it out. They have a really, really cool story, how this is sort of developed. It's really interesting. I like the sort of the story behind it, and they've got a bit more of the lore and building it around, sort of the breakdown of society, but not in the normal sense. Just like I'll let you guys have a read of that, but definitely worth checking out. Really cool. And yeah, obviously, if you do want to create some content on it, they'll have the contest creators, so check that out as well. You can get a free serial key, I believe. But for me personally, I'm definitely just going to pay for it, and I'd love to support the project as I have the means to. So I will do that. Cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a playthrough, and we're sort of going to get my first reactions and feelings of this game. And just keep in mind, big disclaimer, this game is still really much in development, and it's just in early access. So it's still very raw, and they're still working on it. So just keep that in mind. But you could should be able to definitely see some similarities between where they're trying to head with this sort of game. So let's get into it. Cool. Okay, so when you load up the game, this is what you'll be presented with. So obviously they're saying thanks for supporting. You'll be able to check out their Discord, their roadmap, give some feedback. So nice little pop-up there. And yeah, so this is the main menu. We'll just have a quick look at the settings just to see what we can change. Just got everything on Ultra. Everything's all set up. Looking good. So yeah, obviously just a bit of a scarce sort of settings at the moment, but that's fine because we're not too worried about that. This game being in early access. They do have multiplayer, which is cool. So I'll be looking to get some multiplayer games going and showcasing that, because I think that'll be really cool to get a free-for-all on a four-person player map. That'd be mad. So we'll just go to skirmish. Okie dokie. So guys, we're going to do a 1v3 versus the AI, just to give you an idea of some of the possibilities of potential strategies that may evolve or may happen in this game. I can definitely see some of the strong influences from Command & Conquer, as mentioned before. So you'll see some of the similarities, which is rather exciting to see something, similar replicate Command & Conquer Generals, because we've been desperately waiting and wanting something just to hold up to that standard. Okay, so I'm going to build 2 doses to start off with, then a power plant, almost mirroring a strategy in Command & Conquer Generals. So we're going to go for 3 supplies straight up. Oh, so we're going to send the first one. Oh, did I just misclick that? No. So we're going to send the first one to the furthest away supply. And then we'll send the second one, third one, sorry, to the one closest. And so this is complete. So now we'll go for supply. So supply deposit, just build it as close as we can. Still haven't worked out exactly what the most efficient... Oh, shit, this guy didn't... Okay, that's going to muck us around a little bit. Yep, so we're just going straight for 3 supply. And this one's obviously going to be finished way before. This guy, one's going to come up a bit late. Okay, so we'll just build 3. We'll go with the barracks. We'll actually put that a bit forward facing. So we sort of have 2 choke points up here. The plan with the top and bottom is to sort of bunker in at these choke points, securing at least the supplies. Now, oops. Okay, so I always forget. Need to make sure you get your trucks and you get them to actually collect supplies. Otherwise, they won't. We'll get 3 here. Okay, get that one onto it. I would be building a truck right now. Okay, just a little bit of a delay there. Okay. Okay, so I could bunker in the front here, but I'm just going to save that for the flanks because I'm going to be building majority of my units in the middle. So I'm mostly worried about getting the flanks covered before I can actually then getting the You know what I mean. Okay, so we get the trucks onto here. Okay, so now we should be able to build barracks on both sides. Okay, so the ceasefire has ended. So there is potential that they would attack very soon. I will definitely move that harvester out of the way so it's not in fire in sight. And then get like, say, 5. See, I think pretty sure the AI predominantly attacks with tanks at the moment.
Construction completed.
Okay, so we'll do the same here again. And yeah, so it's nice little choke point here that we can control with a couple bunkers. And then we sort of lay it and forget it. Okay, so the graphics is jumping around a bit. Now, I'm not sure if that's just because of my 4090 at the moment. Could be some of the, it's called, some of the drivers might not be up to date or something, I'm not sure. But not to worry, it's working smooth enough for me.
Construction completed.
I could have done this a lot cheaper. I could have just used the 1 barracks and just sent men from my 1 barracks to each location. Okay, we're out of power. Build some more power. So yeah, it would have been probably smarter just to queue from the 1 barracks. But for this example, we won't worry about being hyper aggressive with saving the money. And that will cover the flanks. Oh, okay.
Construction established.
Need him to build that. Okay, he's having some issues, so we'll just get him to build another one. Ah, okay, something bugging out here.
Building destroyed.
Okay, that's right. Well, we'll just cancel these ones. And yep, they're going. A little bit of an issue building in these choke points. That is okay. We will cancel them. Okay. So we'll just get a couple
Construction completed.
Commodos. So no sign of attack yet. That's good. We'll just get a defensive center. Put that more at the back. That truck would be in a bit of trouble. I might fall into the ocean. Okay, looks like they're going to start to attack. I think I saw a bit of red just on the map there. Oh, okay, so this is how you capture. Is that how you capture? Oh, sweet. Okay, that actually might be how you capture buildings. Give that a test. Cool. Okay, we'll try capture the oil rigs in the middle. Because if that does fix it, then we should change the strategy dramatically. If you can capture oils in the middle. Okay, so definitely some mad turtling going on here. You probably wouldn't do this strategy in a multiplayer game. Not like this anyway. But we're just going to muck around and see how we go. Okay, so it has trouble getting to some places on the map. So cancel that. Maybe we'll just leave it to the 2. Just chuck some anti-infantry. Anti-air at the back there. Okay, cool. We'll see if we can capture some of these things in the middle. And we should be pretty sweet for up top here. Okay, so now the flanks are covered. Now we can sort of just focus on the middle. Oh, okay, out of power. Do I have... Oh yeah, that's right, because we built the Other building. Oh, we definitely don't want that. Power plant. Oh, power station. There we go. Yeah, so defense that gives us access to these other units to the next level of tech. Now let's see if we can capture these buildings. I'm just trying. Oh shit.
Structure established.
Woohoo. Smashed. Okay. Thought we'd be able to capture. Target a friendly faction. Okay, I'm not sure what that is then. Not yet anyway. Oh, hold on, here we go. Can we interact with this? Thought we were meant to be able to capture it. Maybe that's coming in another release. See if it works. Okay. Don't think we can take the oil rigs just yet. But hey, at least the AI sent in some... Wow. What's going on there? That's nuts. Cool. Well, we'll build a shit ton of vehicles and test how much we can build. Okay, is he blocked? No. Able to find movement target position. Okay, bugger. Okay, that's alright. We will just scrap that and put in another one. Maybe further back. Okay, he's having a little bit of trouble building here. That's right. Well, we got rockets. That's anti-air enough anyway. So I don't want to attack the enemy just yet. I don't think they would really have much. The AI is still very in basic form. But we'll get a nice army. And then send it in, killing everything. Get an airfield going too so we can grab some helicopters. So, is it shift you can hold to... Oh, you're mad. Okay. Maybe build another war factory. Just go on a bit of a scout mission. We'll send one to each opponent and see how they're looking. Damn, man, that thing got melted. Pull him back. Oh, they're not on the same team. Okay, I thought I'd put them on the same team. Maybe that's not built yet, because they're all attacking each other. Here I am thinking I'm a freaking god at this game, and they're attacking each other. Okay, well, let's just double check that I did this right. Man, these tanks shred. Well, we'll start this again.
Are you picking this up? Good. I know you need more deep background, but we're up against it. Nod forces have fortified this beachhead at X-16Y42. Intelligence is still coming in, so we can't tell you a lot.